Hello, my fellow Americans. This is election week, and we know the results. But I'm coming to you with a little toy that I think is extremely useful. Everybody knows me as a doc on here. I had my 9 years in the military, in the medical field, various different naval hospitals, and also Marine outfits as the doc to keep them alive, to get them back to a area where they can be better treated, but just to keep them alive. So, I digress on that. I'm coming to you with a little toy. I call it a toy, but I think it's one of the most life-preserving toys you could have, because 5 years ago, I really committed myself into prepping, because I know the way this world's going. We all know the way the world's going. But I'm more concerned about natural disasters, because we see it all around with the natural disasters at this time, and that's what knocks a lot of people out of their comfortable environment and being forced to find shelter and other means during that disaster. Look back at Louisiana. Look up in New York. Look at the floods. Look at the, all the natural disasters that go on. And that to me is more concerning right now than anything else. So when you're looking at a bug-out scenario, the basic classic bug-out scenario, 5 years ago I was looking over, because I believe in being silent when you're in a bug-out situation. You don't want to draw attention to yourself. And I've got various things. I've got what's called the 5-pound traps for small game. They make no noise. I've got snare traps, wire snares. They make no noise. I even have a slingshot, and I've been pretty proficient in that thing. It really makes no noise. When you make no noise, it doesn't draw attention. If you're going to go into a bug-out scenario and you got a weapon and you want to hunt with that weapon, you go right ahead, but you can draw attention to yourself in a bug-out situation. So, I came down to an area. I've got the small game covered. Big game, you don't really need to survive on big game unless you know you're in an area where it's comfortable for shooting and it's not going to draw attention to yourself. Otherwise, you stick to small game and you stick to things or objects or ways to capture that small game without drawing attention to your area or where you're at. That should be in the mind of anybody who preps and bug outs. But let me move on. Ran into this toy about 5 years ago because I was trying to cover the fishing aspect. I had the hunting aspect down, and I began to think on the fishing aspect. And in a bug out bag, it's kind of hard to carry a fishing pole. Now, there will be plenty of people on YouTube, and plenty of people probably who will comment on this, saying that they can use a compact fishing pole to fish with. Okay. Now, if you're on a riverbank or if you're on the edge of a lake, if you got a fishing pole, you have to stay with that fishing pole. Because anybody sees that fishing pole or sees you fishing with a pole, then they assume you have food available, and I'll leave that scenario up in your own mind as to what could possibly occur to that. So I ran into something 5 years ago that I thought was interesting, and I picked up some. And after testing them out, I found out that these little suckers are a pride and joy of my bug-out bag. This is what it is, right here. Get the glare off of it. Alright? It's called a yo-yo. See the string in there? Back, front. It's called a yo-yo. I'll show you the package. Alright. It is a automatic fishing reel yo-yo. Now you can get these on Amazon. Alright? You just got to go to Amazon, or you can go to eBay and just punch in fishing reel yo-yo, and up they will come. Now, what this does, I'm going to do this backwards. If you look closely here, this is a swivel. All those who fish, okay, let me pull it out a little bit. There's a swivel to put a hook on in your bait. Alright, and a line that's already built in these things. Nylon lines. Now, let me pull it out. Okay? If you'll notice real closely, there's a spring load inside this area. And it gets tighter as I pull out the string. If I loosen the string some, it pulls it back. It's spring loaded. See that? Pull it again. Spring loaded. But if you look up here, there's a little lever. Now I can pull this out. See, see that notch right there? And then there's another notch right there. So there's two notches. Now if I set that down, it locks on that notch, and the string is flaccid. But watch what happens in the upper area right here when I feel like a fish. Oops. You see what happened? Let me pull it out again. That caught me by surprise. Let me pull it out. It's got about 10 foot of line on this thing. I can pull it out. Alright, now I'm going to set this little bar down, and it'll catch a groove. Alright, and it'll sit there. Now, that's what I get for messing with it. Let's try it again. Oh, I'm setting wrong side. There we go. See that? Now the little bar set down in the groove. That means this string is free to play. But if a fish touches it, watch what happens to the thing. See it let go? And it springs. Spring loaded. No matter how I pull it, the fish could fight all night long, all day long, and it's always going to keep it, alright, on that, because it's spring loaded. It'll fight the fish for you. Okay, now, how do you use this? See this little hole right here? Alright, there's a nylon string that comes with this, probably about 8 inches long. And what you do is you wrap it through here, you tie a square knot. Now, many people take the nylon string, wrap it around a sapling at the edge of the lake, or at the edge of a river, and then they run this out, all the way out, set the latch, and then throw this out in the water, the string and the bait in the water, and just let it sit. And when it's like a trout line, but when the fish grab it, see that? It sets the hook. Okay? Now that's what the average person wants to do with it. But this is very inconspicuous, it's very light, and it takes up very little space inside your bug outfit. Would you rather carry a fishing pole that's cumbersome and the line can mess up, or people can see your pole in the water from across the lake, or something that you can tie at the base of a sapling that nobody can see, and the line be in the water, and you not have to be there while it does the fishing for you. Okay? Alright, now let me tell you how I use this. I don't want to run this long. I found a better way to use this. Okay? I take the hole, which is there, and I use about, the 8-inch nylon line. Alright, and I tie it off. But then I tie it to about 10 more foot of line, paracord. Whatever line string you got that's durable and strong. Alright, so you got 8 inches of line here. Then you got 10 foot of line hooked to this hole. Alright, then you tie the end of the 10 foot of line to the tree at the base of the lake or wherever you could find. Alright, now you run out all the line you can from this, and keep going, and keep going, and keep setting that hook. You put your finger right on there, and it locks in automatically. And keep going. Alright, let me stop right there. Alright, you got all this line hanging. Plus I've got 10 foot of line to the tree. What I do with this sucker is I take this thing and I chuck it out in the water with the thing set. This is my sinker. It'll sink to the bottom. Now this is round. It's thin. I have never ever in any rocky area or any area at all had this thing snag. I can pull it right back up out of the water because it's round. It's like a wheel. Okay? And I chuck this thing out, right, generally at the same time with both hands. This goes out 10 foot farther than this, and this goes out 10 foot. So you're looking 20 foot out into the lake, 20 foot out into the stream, or whatever, with this set. So when a fish gets it, look at that. Look at the strength of that. Boom. This is still out in the water, though. Okay? Nobody sees this. That's, you want to call it black ops for fishing? Nobody sees this because there's a string tied from here, alright, 10 foot back to a base of a tree at the edge of the creek or the edge of the lake. Nobody sees a pole sticking up out. This is inconspicuous. Once again. Okay. Automatic fishing reel, YoYo. You can get 6 of these for $16 on Amazon with free shipping. 6. You can put 3, 4, 5 of these in your bug out bag and run 3, 4, 5 of them along the bank, and then go back to your camp, do your due, go back later on in the afternoon and check your line. Alright? And nobody knows you're fishing. They can't see nothing except maybe a little black paracord. Thought I had something on here. That seems to be tied at the base of a tree running right into the water. They have to be right up there at the tree in order to see that. Otherwise, nobody knows you're fishing. Okay? Now, one more thing. They're stainless steel. They don't rust. But I do recommend that after you're done fishing for the day, that you do a rinse on them. Make sure you got all any sediment that might have got in from the bottom of the lake or whatever out of it. And these things come dry. They don't come pre-lubed, is what I'm saying. Okay? so they can get sticky on you. But if you take some penetrating oil or WD-40 and just spray them down, lay them backwards, spray them down, spray everything, and then work it back and forth a little bit, and even do that after you're fishing, you'll never get anything sticky that occurs, and the lines will constantly flow without any hesitation. One last time. Yeah. That's the way I like to fish. Right? You guarantee you dinner for, food for dinner. And you won't have to worry about bobbers, sinkers. All you got to worry about is flipping over some rocks and some dirt at the edge of the bank of the lake or river and dig up some worms and put a hook on the end of this thing. Okay? This is a tip from the doc. I hope you like it. It's yo-yo time. God bless.